On the 9th of February 2022, Nintendo revealed the brand new and upcoming Microsoft Fire Emblem game titled Fire Emblem Warriors 3 House. You'll probably already seen the trailer for the game already, so now get ready for 15 things that you probably did or didn't notice in the trailer. Oh, and spoilers alert. Number 1. The beginning of the trailer has the Imperial soldier fight against the Knight of Saros, which led me to think this must be the starting point of the game, which is during Chapter 12, when the war was just at its infancy during Fire Emblem Three Houses. Number 2. Just like in the opening to Fire Emblem Three Houses, this trailer features the same shot of a white floor being stomped on by a nameless soldier.
The cycle of this world, I will not allow it to perish with you.
The one who is saying this line is most likely the new goddess or entity that was shown in the cover art for Three Hopes, but it is unknown whether this line is meant for Byleth or the brand new character introduced near the very end of the trailer. Elgar is shown to be wielding a relic axe that bears a striking similarity with the axe of Ukon Fasara, and a shield that is always present in her Great Lord class. What's more is that the axe itself bears the crest of Saros. The inclusion of this new axe weapon is probably to replace a mirror as a relic weapon, since that relic weapon was made later during the 5 years time skip by the Elgartians. Dimitri is then shown to be wielding a Radabar, his relic weapon during what is supposed to be the siege of Garreg Mach. Considering that the game footage isn't final, it's possible that Lance was merely a placeholder for the duration of the trailer, since that weapon was only accessible until after the 5-year time skip. Also, notice that this particular attack was from his Great Lord crit animation. Next up, we have Cloud, who is seen wielding a normal bow in this one scene and Felnut in the next, while fighting a horde of bandits. Seeing the switch, it further my beliefs that the hero's relic we see Elgar, Dimitri and Cloud wielding are merely placeholder models for the trailer, and the weapons they use will be different in-game. Now, in the next scene, we are shown the war table, or rather the war maps, which I'm guessing is where the story progression or paradox chapters are going to take place from now on. One thing that I noticed here is that the mission description is to clear a path for the conquest of Garreg Mach, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense with the timeline of the original game, since Elgar was supposed to get her new looks after the fall of Garreg Mach. And thus, I propose a theory that the initial plan to conquer Garreg Mach, as shown in the beginning of the trailer, failed, meaning that due to some unknown reasons, Garreg Mach was able to successfully drive back the invasion of the DIDN Empire. And the mission we are seeing right now is their second try to invade the monastery. Number 9, here's a blink and you'll miss it clip. Hilda is shown to be defending Cloud and clashing with Dimitri using Frekugel and Eridabar respectively. Next, here we see Monica or rather Kronya charging towards the door while holding a fireball. Now for you folks who had played through one of the routes in Fire Emblem Three Houses, you will know that she is killed off just a month before the start of the initial invasion. Now this begs the question, just how did she survive? Now this scene here is getting me quite curious. Most people will see this and say that the Kingdom Army and the Imperial Army are surely fighting each other. But we never did see who each of these soldiers are fighting, do we? Their opponents are always off screen before it quickly cuts to another scene. So for all we know, a third party could have joined the fray, and this scene was supposed to be the start of the ever mythical Golden Route. Next, we have Elgar fighting Judith and Dimitri fighting Randall in what seems to be the Monastery Map. Now this POV is certainly interesting. It immediately cuts away to Gerald with Sot's monologuing in the background about the nature of revenge. Could it be that this scene implies that whoever the Elgartians was experimenting on has a grudge towards Gerald? Could it be this new guy who is then seen sword fighting female Byleth a couple of shots later? Could this person be the same one we see talking with Elgar near the very beginning? Who knows? I'm just rambling at this point. But, do you guys notice the blue hair on this dude? This shot of Freya with golden light coming out of her head can be interpreted as either she is becoming free from the control of something or rather someone, or that's her preparing to shoot her breath attack towards something coming from the sky, as shown throughout her inclusion in Fire Emblem Heroes. Lastly, now take a good look at the two swords this new dude is holding in this scene and in the cover art. One is clearly the relic weapon, while the others bear a striking similarity with one of the obtainable weapons in the original Three House game, the Cursed Ashia Sword. Throughout this short clip of them battling each other, there wasn't a single clear shot of the relic weapon by itself, but we can clearly see the blade of the relic weapon glows with bright orange, just as any other relic weapons do. But the thing is, there isn't any creststone visible at all during this scene, nor in the cover art. So could it be that this unknown enemy possessed the same condition as Byleth? Look, he even got the purple aura to counter, well, Byleth's green aura. Alright, that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching through these 15 things you probably did or didn't notice. Comment down below if you noticed something else that should be mentioned, and good day to you lot, and stay safe.